You must be sleeping under a rock or something. You don't understand what's happening here.
Y'all know me. Y'all know me. If I'm bringing it up, it gotta be important for me to want to talk about, right? Ladies and gentlemen, my heat not even on. My heat not even on right now. I'm freezing in here. I'm still bringing you the content. I'm still bringing you what you want. All I need you to do is trade for me real quick and hit that like, that subscribe, that bell and stay notified. Peep the drip. It's not my merch, but it's somebody's merch. Go buy somebody's merch. Maybe I'll make merch if you want to buy it. Who knows? I'm going to talk to you about like the state of conversations on this dog shit hell site. I need not look any further than this one fucking, I don't want to look any further, yo. I don't want to look any further than this one point in time right here. Nazis shouldn't be given a platform or free speech. Like, baseline how I grew up was, and me and my partner was just talking about this. We was just talking about this shit. How you used to read in them, right? You feel me? No, oh, wait, it gets like, yo, Josh, you know me, dog. You know me IRL, you know me. When I get agitated, it's because the clear, like, obviousness is somehow like being talked about, and I'm like, yo, you can't be this fucking dumb. Hold on. In my textbooks, I remember specifically them saying, and I want to look at y'all dead in the face when I say this, I remember in my textbooks, what I was taught was that Malcolm X was killed by his own people. I really, like, center in that, like, I can picture that I remember being taught that he was killed in a church while he was giving a speech by somebody who hated him. That's all I ever knew. Never heard Fred Hampton's name in my life till like I was 4 maybe. When I say to you, like, you cannot simply teach a child at some stage, Germany was bad for these like 20 years and then world peace happened. You remember how your textbooks, for any of you who are probably 30 younger, blah, 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 because I know there's some people who are probably like 15, 16, 17 that end up finding these videos. I know I have students that watch my videos, so that's definitely a thing. In your textbooks, you remember how certain textbooks after a period of time like go from like 1960 to 1980 and then maybe 1980 to 1995 and then it's like the 2000s and beyond. You don't find that weird? That always bothered me growing up, that in history classes all my textbooks would not talk about the most recent years. And I associated in my head that history, therefore, is something to be looked back upon after a given period of time. The problem is now we got the internet. And I'm not saying we didn't have the internet before that, just hold on. I did grow up before telecommunications as they stand today. Like, online play was like, like, it was, oh god. Anyway, like, I'm really starting to, and that's why I wanted to talk about this, I really wanted to start thinking to myself on a personal level, and this is gonna come out of left field, so please, YouTube, don't ask me about it. I share shit with you because I fuck with you. Y'all listen to me, y'all subscribe, y'all like, y'all hit the bell, you do the thing. Aha, I got another reminder in there, bitch. I was thinking to myself, why don't my friends like me? And I don't mean like people that I can confide in, because the people that I've met throughout my life are distances away, traveling mostly, here, there. So it's like, I generally don't see these people often enough to want to carry on an internet conversation, blah, 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 when I see you type vibe. But there is a certain section of them that either overshot or undershot what they thought of me over time, and they think that I'm pouring it on too thick. And you might say to yourself, okay, what do your friends have to do with Nazis shouldn't be given a platform or free speech, and what does that have to do with education? Because as Hassan Piker has said, this isn't just reading tweets. Actually, if you didn't take a notice before on your screen, the person who tweeted this is 16. if I am to assume that is what that means. So now we're in a conversation where that person just put themselves in the crosshairs of random ass people on the internet with a mindset that's 16. Oh, now it starts to make sense. But if it doesn't, I don't mind spelling these things out for you because that's what I do here. Back to the first point. This is something that normally I wouldn't think anybody would stand up and get any resistance to, as you're about to see in the replies. Number 2, as a kid, I never thought that at any point in time I would ever be in a position where, if ever talking about something that we learned in school, it would be debated on the grounds that there's missing context, because nobody in my school, apart from a few, were ever interested enough to push back on it. And it wasn't a majority piece of our curriculum, so it's not like it mattered. You learn whatever they want you to learn, you take the test, you pass it. If you're interested in subjects, you pursue those further. Life. Number 3, and I really want us all to focus on that. I recognized early on in my adolescence that there were certain things that I was seeing that not everybody has seen. There were certain people around me who would teach me or tell me certain things. I still remember to this day that GameStop, there was a Game Express in Harlem, one of the last game stores that they just had sold it off maybe about a year or two ago because of the pandemic. And it was making a comeback too. I missed that store so much. Now it's a karate dojo, whatever, for kids, like whatever. And I remember going in there, and I remember that my dad had came into some money, so he was like, yo, go buy yourself, your games, whatever, enjoy yourself. I want you to have whatever you want. I want you to experience being a kid with money, going into a candy store. He's like, you may feel like you should save it, you may feel like you should invest it, you might feel blah blah blah, but I want you to live in this moment. That's one of the things my father was able to give me, and I think that's where most of that problem comes from. But anyway, friends, a lot of my friends didn't have that, don't have that now. I remember that time I went into that store and that dude looked at me and he was like, you want this, that? And he noticed I was buying the new games or whatever. And he was like, he was being legitimately serious. Have you considered buying a book at all? And I looked at him like, book? Why would I buy? They got books in library. Why would I buy a book? Why would I buy anything? What am I reading that's so important? Newest games is out. And he said to me this line, and I was 12 at the time, and I could still remember this fucking line. 18 years later, everything that you're about to buy is going to be replaced with something else later. Wouldn't it be helpful right now, as you're growing up, to fill your head with a bunch of stuff you don't know? So that way, when you grow up, even if you stop playing games, yeah, you're gonna miss them a little, but you ain't never gonna lose that. You're never gonna lose what you decided to read, what you decided to pick up, what you decided to fill your life with. And that was the thing that started that. I gotta go to the library every day and pick up a new skill. That's why I know how to do a yo and around the world and all the tricks and shit. That's why I know music production and at the same time film production. That's why I know how to do art design. That's why I know how to work a camera. That's why I know how to be an entertainer, because I kept every single day slotting it, and my friends never had to know that about me. I never had to present that to them to sell them on being my friend. When I decided to start expressing myself, my friends stopped liking me. They don't have this conversation. So I can't have this conversation on my own. Especially when Nazis and communists are the flip sides of the same coin. That is the first reply. Dog. And it's like I'm the crazy one. The first fucking reply to a 16-year-old is telling them Nazis and communists are the flip sides of the same coin. You're a commie. Nothing you say holds any value. Correction, hate speech targeting a minority group should not be given a platform or be considered free speech. And it's like, you're a VTuber. Are you a little white? What are you? Free Palestine in your bio, but also anti-Nazi, humorous.
See what I'm saying? He hit him with one of them ones, them staggerers.
No. What?
What? Excuse me? What?
I'll just die.
Like, do you see why it took me 12 minutes to preface you for these replies? And motherfuckers will sit here and say, oh, we all know they're just blue check right-wing trolls. The kid is 16! If the kid is 16. What if a kid is 16? Why do I need to make up a hypothetical? You literally already said there was an epidemic with teenagers and social media destroying them. Who do you think is posting the opinions that they're picking on? That person could be 39 for all I know. They present as 16, and that's why I keep saying to you, it wouldn't make a difference if COVID had anything to do with China, because you already showed your weakness by flipping on each other instead of being directly mad at another person. You are mad at the other person, and then you're mad at the other person for complying to what. Oh my God. Could it be a microcosm of the wider problem of how we all grew up avoiding discussing politics at all, when people's positions that they've always held actually come out, it changes people's expectations because it's not a moral framework. I remember being a kid growing up. I know what it was about. I remember being a kid growing up, and I remember in certain shows, I've heard it in certain we don't talk about politics around the dinner table. I never understood what that meant. The problem is, it's not politics. The word is so attached to your US history and your global studies, elementary and middle school and high school and college life, that when we're saying politics, you're actually talking about societal issues. You're actually talking about, I actually never liked that you kept using the F slur when I was around you. You say, oh, don't bring up that politics shit. No, I just got called it by somebody that was outside of my friend group, and I realized, oh shit, if that makes me feel that way, that means everyone that I've ever been around has been actually saying it with that inflection. We don't think about you like that. We would never, so then why are you arguing with me about the word? It's not politics anymore. It's just life. They're blending so closely together because 16-year-olds are having conversations with 38-year-old fascists, and we're acting like these viewpoints are equal because they're just users on a website. And I don't mean this to reduce everything down to your username and whatever you choose to type, but I've made so many videos on it before, and I'm probably gonna have to make 5 more on it. Who you are is what you say. What you say is who you are. At any one point in time, even if you were just a right-wing Russian troll, you could just choose not to be. Unless these motherfuckers is at gunpoint, unless this is AI, somebody's causing these responses. Commies shouldn't be given any rights. Everyone should be given an equal opportunity to speak, and let the free market of ideas determine if they are worth listening to. Who decides if someone's a Nazi? Everything I don't like is just like the Nazis. Marxists shouldn't be given a platform of free speech. No Nazis or communists. Ironic. We've decided that we're not paying taxes anymore. Instead, we are going to hang all of you. I disagree. Everyone deserves a platform. Even people you think are Nazis. The communist directive Fortnite labeled them a Nazi or a fascist. Wait until you're labeled a Nazi then. What's a Nazi? You don't get to decide who gets to speak and who doesn't. I'ma end this like this. I used to ask myself, what on earth makes me so popular when I work at a school? Why is it that I'm the cool teacher when I'm one of the hardest people to work with? I let my emotions sometimes take the main stage in my lessons. I sometimes, if I'm in a bad mood, I'll push that bad mood onto the class. There's so many faults. And for some reason, every time, no matter how I was feeling, no matter what I was doing, no matter if I had to yell, no matter if I had to discipline, no matter if I had to reward, the kids just seem to just go with it. There could be behavior issues, and I'm like, oh, we all gotta put our heads down, and this is we're all messing up here, we all coming in with bad energy, blah. We gotta, no matter what, we trust you. What was that trust about? And now I'm starting to recognize it. Everybody looking for somebody to listen to. Not everybody trying to talk. What if you could do both?